Oh,
Hey everybody, Cece Summerfield here with Michelle Hicken of California Preferred Escrow. And today we're going to be talking about the move up buyer situation, which means you're selling a home to get into your new home. And honestly, this happens more often than not because people don't want to have to move twice. They don't want to have to sell their home and then have to pay for a rental and then start looking for their place. So we do what we call a contingent sale. And I've got a plane going over, so this might be a little bit loud. Sorry, I'm in Ocean Beach. So, Michelle, I was talking to you a little bit before the video about how this all works in escrow. And one of the big questions is, I think, from a lot of people is, can you close both properties at the same time? And you were telling me that it's possible, but that's extenuating circumstances. So tell me a little bit about like what the timeline looks like around that closing happening.
so like I said, closing same day is an extenuating circumstance. It can happen, but like I said, you have to have the perfect storm, and things have to happen flawlessly. So, more realistic expectation to put out there is that you close the first transaction one day and then immediately the next day you would do the second transaction. And when you're writing contracts, CC, as you know, you're going to put a
Mm-hmm.
little leeway for those things to happen, for people to move in, move out, etc. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, you're
yes,
not only writing a contract on a new home, you're also trying to get your home, well, we hopefully have it at this point listed at least, if not in escrow. And so there's a whole nother leg to that. But anyways, getting back to this, is you're writing a contract on a new home, you want to give yourself a little bit of extra time to go ahead and close on this home after you close on your home that you have in escrow.
yeah,
Well, you hopefully have an escrow.
yes,
That's that's also, there's, like I said, there's periods of time for that also, so don't worry about that. That's what you hire an agent for and have a really good escrow company for, and also title company to work with you so that the stress is not on you, the details are on us, and we can make it happen. So the other thing we were talking about, Michelle, is the fact that a lot of times in a buyer's transaction, the seller is the one that picks the escrow and title company. That's just customary around here. It's not everywhere, but in San Diego, that is customary. So does it make it easier if, say, I have a listing, that I'm selling the house and they're buying the future house, to then write for my contracts with people buying my house, the house that I've listed, to have the same escrow and title company?
it does make things easier. Yes, so less moving parts. There's
Mm-hmm.
still moving parts, but communication from one title company to the next title company, one escrow, getting money.
Mm-hmm.
Money is the huge thing. You're transferring
Mm-hmm.
money because you have one sale that proceeds need to come from that sale to move to then them buying their new home.
Mm-hmm.
So money being transferred different title companies. A lot of lenders, and a lot of lenders will feel a little bit better. Hey, same title and escrow company, you're handling it. That might give you a little more wiggle room. You want to, I'm not speaking for lenders, but you want to double check with them. But
Mm-hmm.
it does make the path to the end result easier because money is going from the same
Within the
company
company, yeah.
within the company. So that makes it a little easier. And time frame wise, communication, when you have one title and one escrow company, you don't have to communicate then with a second one. Oh, we're
Mm-hmm.
confirmed, we're ready to go, release, or we're working on
Mm-hmm.
getting, funds and everything over. And
Mm-hmm.
communication, knowing, hey, we're trying to do this
Mm-hmm.
um, down the road with all lenders, all parties. It has to be, communication has to happen. So it does make things a little easier. But again,
Sure.
the expectation is one would have to go early in the morning, get early confirmation, what money needed to be deposited into the other escrows, and then
Mm-hmm.
sent to the lender. And then that second lender going, okay, we're funding. If it's cash,
Mm-hmm.
cash makes
Makes it a
life
heck
a
of a lot easier.
lot easier. We don't have a lender to satisfy. So
Sure.
closing, if you are going from one to all cash and you're paying all cash for the purchase, um,
Mm-hmm.
that is a way easier path to go down, because then you're not waiting
Yeah.
on another party to send the money. If the escrow has it, we can go. We can say, go. We got
Mm-hmm.
the money. We're good. So
yeah, most case circumstances, in my experience, it's been lenders involved. So, but it still works out. I mean, it's just
it does.
it's all parties working as a team for you, making
Yeah.
sure that your deal gets done and that you can do it with the least amount of stress possible.
Yeah.
And that's why it pays to have a good team on your side.
Yes.
When you say, I just want to clarify because I know a lot of people, industry tech talk, is confirmation. Well, basically that
Okay.
you're closing escrow and that the recording happens that your name is now recorded on that property, or your name is now released from that property, and the buyer's name is put on the property. And that's when they actually release the money to go to that new escrow, is what Michelle is saying.
Yes.
Hey, Michelle, one last question for you. Is there any sort of flexibility with escrow charges and stuff when you're using the same company and for title and escrow, and you're doing two transactions at the same time, or is that something that happens? I know that on my end, I generally will discount. I mean, I don't like to say discount, but give you a break on the listing side because you're not only listing your property with me, but also selling it, buying another property.
The honest answer is every escrow and title company are the same. And I know title companies have a lot more strict guidelines with posted rates and things like that. And the only thing I can think of that you can ask, and I don't want to say that I'm saying yes or no to this, but you'd have to ask, maybe sub escrow fee because it's staying within the same place. I'm not sure. Check with your local title rep on that. And to be honest, with escrow companies, it depends on each individual escrow company. I can't make a blanket statement. Thank you. For that. So that's a case by case basis. So I would say, contact your escrow officer, your escrow rep like myself, when you have those situations, and then they'll have to give you their answer because not to get into too much, we're all governed by different governmental agencies. And so our rules are all different, basically. So
I totally get it. Sorry, not to put you on the spot. Just I would ask and kind of throw in there too that, if you are looking to sell a property and buy something else, that I, in my business, will allow for a multi-property, I guess you call it discount. And just a reminder for everybody, when you're listing and selling or listing and buying property, I don't get paid until we actually complete these transactions. So I'm really working for you for free the whole time up until the time. And on the buy side, the listing or the property that you're buying is actually, the sellers are paying my fee. So you're just paying my listing fee. So that's great. Thank you so much, Michelle, for joining me today and kind of explaining the process and what to expect when you're deciding to do this and what the best way to do it. And it sounds like to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the best way is to really try to have the same people involved through both transactions. So you have one team for the entire two transactions.
Yeah, that puts the odds in your favor of trying to close in one day. Again, that's kind of like the unicorn. It can happen. But still, it'll make things go smoother, even if you end up closing one day on one and then following the next day.
Which is not bad. I mean, you're still, it's totally doable. Everybody will be fine. And, we might even write in a couple extra days for you to be able to move and get into your new place. And usually people are, sellers and buyers are pretty flexible with that kind of stuff. So, all right. Well, everybody, have a great weekend, and I will see you next Thursday with more of Live and Local on Thursdays. All right. Take care.
Thank you.